Hey, this is Marianne at Akashic Inspirations, and this is a past life reading that I did for Toni Walker, and today is November 26, 2012. Toni and I had been talking recently about, curious if we had had any past lives together because we, seem to have this connection. And ever since she started, I've really been following her and she the same with me. So this is what the Akashics told me, Toni. It's really very interesting. The Toni, you're a great spirit and you have a lot of energy and much wisdom to give. That you've been in many, many lifetimes. You've been many things over many lifetimes. That you and I shared a time in very early Egypt with Seshat. So there's our connection to Stasha. So Stasha Eve, we're all together. Stasha, of course, was Seshat, and we were priestess scribes, and we were in charge of disseminating this new written language that Seshat gave to the Egyptian people. So that was part of us getting and founding the written language in Egypt. And that you and I have worked together in many lifetimes. Um, One of the times was in the Dark Ages in Ireland. We were monks, and what we did was the calligraphy, the hand manual writing of the text, of transferring, of copying the books, all of that beautiful scroll work and gold gild work. That's what we did, and that we were over many lifetimes we were in charge of preserving knowledge, the hiding secret texts and passing along the secret knowledge to others. That we are both historians, both chroniclers, and both writers. um, that in past lives, as a historian, you chose not to have a family life. And you've kind of brought that forward to this life. But in this life, you can dissolve yourself from that contract, release yourself from that contract. So that's one of the things you need to release yourself from, is that being a historian or being a writer is not mutually exclusive to having a family. So you need to release that karmic contract that you have with these other past lives. So then I asked them to give me specific lives where you were with family. And the first life I saw was in Holland. I mean, I saw the windmills, the wooden shoes, the whole thing, Hans Christian Andersen type of thing. This was the mid to late 1800s, I think more mid 1800s. You had like this little white cap on your head. You were carrying this basket, beautiful flowers. You had a little girl about 3 years old, holding her hand, walking down to the market. You had a 10-year-old son with you, and everybody just loved you. You were just a happy, beautiful soul. You had a wonderful life, very happy, fulfilling life that time with your children. You would sell your flowers, and your son, he was so cute. He would like bow graciously to the patrons, whoever were buying flowers. Like everybody knew you, everybody loved you. You were just a beautiful shining light, and you had a very happy life with your children. The second lifetime I saw was in Germany, in the Celtic Germany. And all I could see were like beer steins, but it was a huge, great hall. And it was wintertime. And you were with your husband and your three sons. And you had three, like, really, like, these were really big men, like, really bare of men, really big, stocky, strong warrior type men. I think it's probably, I don't know, maybe 5 to 700, something like that. And even though that these times, the life in these times were really difficult, but during the winter, when everybody would gather in the great hall and hear stories and sing and talk, you were a storyteller. And you would have all these people coming around wanting to be with you, wanting to hear your stories, about ancient battles, about warriors, about the gods. So you just had, they of course had no written language, and it was all oral stories, so that you were the storyteller, you were the bard. And I think that this is something that you can combine in this lifetime, this sense of storytelling, which is what you do now, and the sense of history and being a chronicler, that having family life and being a writer at the same time, that you are going to be able to combine these two elements of all of these past lives in this life, and to be able to create a wonderfully beautiful, fulfilling life. So, and to have family and love and children around you. So I pulled a couple of cards from the Thoth Tarot that I want to be able to share with you. The first card I pulled, actually, this card represents you, and this is the Star card. And this is a beautifully amazing card. I love this because this looks like, to me, I don't know, you can't really see it very close, but it is a tetrahedron. And here, which is, of course, the sacred geometry. This is the bright star, the Star of Bethlehem. This is what you are. You're like this huge, shining, beautiful star for the world. And if you remember, like last week, I wrote a blog about how the Ace of Cups was showering abundance down on each one of our heads. And look here, she's holding the cup herself, showering herself, looking up into it to get all the abundance. And then she's got her cup down here, and it's flowing it down into the earth. So as you accept the light from the universe, you also shine it out. Then here on the sides, on either side here, there's little flowers and little butterflies. So you are just transformative in the light that you give out. And I think that this is really appropriate. Then I also think that this is very much you. Here we have the Princess of Wands, and she literally has a tiger. Here we go. The tiger by the tail. Here's the tiger. She's holding the tail. And these are the Aries horns. And she's just like zooming. All right. So she's going into those new projects, the new ideas, out into the unknown with her star sun wand here of light. And here she has the sacrificial fire, where she's putting all of her fears, all of her doubts into the sacrificial flame. She's giving that all up, and she's moving forward with tremendous energy, tremendous light. And the card that crosses the bridge from this, where you are now, to the next is the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords is also in the Thoth, is the King of Swords. So here he's got his two swords are right out front. He is zooming. Here we have the horse, which are, of course, brings messages, grounding with nature, earth elements. And here are the birds that are guiding them. So the spirit, which is guiding. And he has four wings here that on the wings, I know you can't see it, but they give you, the words that are written there are the four directions: north, south, east, and west. So you're able to pull in from all directions into the center, in through your crown chakra, to get all of the information that you need and all of that intuition, and point it and focus it. And where this will lead you, I also believe that this could be your partner, because I think that you are the Princess of Wands, and I think your partner will be the Knight of Swords. I think that's also in this message. And what it leads to is the Death card, but of course that means rebirth. Very interesting. Here, he has the crown of the death crown, the funeral crown of Egypt on, and above him is the phoenix. And I know that you've gotten the phoenix several times in your readings. And here we have a snake. As it sheds its skin, it gets rid of the old things that are no longer applicable. And I love this that he's holding the sickle, because in one of my Lemurian stones, the actual symbol for the weaver, which is the one that weaves, the works with the grid and takes those strings, which you see here. You see all the strings here, the strings of life. That to me is the grid. So he's grabbing that and weaving something new, being reborn. So this is like quite a fantastic message for you. I think it's a really beautiful message for everything for today. And I certainly hope you've enjoyed the past life reading. I know I thought it was really enlightening, and it makes total sense to me that that's how we were linked up, and with Stasha as well. So that's our connection. We're historians, we're writers, we're chroniclers. And I think that this YouTube is a new way for us to do that, and to chronicle our journeys and those of the changing world. So I wish you many blessings today, and thank you. I'm sorry the first video didn't have sound, but um, hopefully this one will be all right. So I wish you many blessings today. Light and love, my sister. Take care. Bye-bye.